Okay, how to heal from anything is just a conceptual truth that you really, it's so empowering when you think this way, and it's not very spoken about much, and I first learned it from Paul's model of physiological load, so it's a really beautiful model, right? If you have any illness, any ailment, anything wrong with you, you got to think of your body as a bucket of stress that summates stress. So you can get it from relationship stress, you can get it from food stress, you can get it from not sleeping stress, you can get it from environmental toxin stress, you can get it from overtraining, you can get it from undertraining, you can get it from not sleeping, right? They're all stresses to your body. You got to think we all have genetic weaknesses. So we can all do the same shit, have the same food, shitty sleep, but our genetic weaknesses will all come out from the surface. So mine may be like a swollen throat, and yours may be like a headache or something that comes out, or this cancer or this cancer. You get lost when you go chasing the symptoms all the time, because the body is just a perfect symbiotic relationship with the environment and with that natural necessity that when you're out of whack with that, problems arise. So if you're thinking about yourself right now, say, and you feel pain also when there's more pain inputs to the body. So let's say you're someone now that's blew a disc and you got a disc bulge and there's a lot of nerve pain, right? The more pain inputs to your body with that, the more sensitized those patterns become, and then you feel the more pain. So I think about, like, if I had a shitty sleep and shit food, if I got tattooed the next day, it'll probably hurt more. Or people that would relate to this, right? If you have back pain and you get on the piss that night before, it hurts more the next morning. And it's not because you moved in a weird way, it's because you're inflamed and the inflammation is pushing out on things and pushing on nerves root and sensitizing itself. So you got to look at yourself from a great conceptual model of your 6 foundation principles, right? 3 yin, 3 yang. So you got 3 yin, this is again Paul's work, right? So eating, drinking, and sleeping, okay? They're 3 yin. Then yang, you got breathing, movement, and thinking. If you look at that, and you look at, let's just look at the yin ones of cultivating energy, right? If you've got an ailment right now and you're eating shit food, well, think about that before your ailment. Don't start chasing the symptom for the ailment, what's good for this and that. If you're eating shitty food every day, food that you know is not making you feel great, and that's what I mean, you know is what making you feel great. I recently found out pork belly gives me a headache. I didn't know that for years, but since I got the app now, I put it in there and I realized last time I had a headache, I had pork belly. So one man's food is another man's poison. So it's about owning it and seeing, how do I feel currently and how do I feel from the meal I just ate? Because did I get energy? Do I feel uplifted? Do I not feel heavy in the stomach? Or do I feel like it weighed me down? I don't care what the person says or what the study says or whatever says about this and that. How do you feel? And it's about, that's the being a man or being a woman, being a king, being a queen. It's not about being a child and saying, Mum, Dad, what did that study say again? I can eat this. Every time I eat this, it bloats. Well, I had a girl that was telling me that, oh, she's all good. She can eat gluten because she had the celiac test and she's good. But every time she eats gluten, her gut blows up. So there's a disconnection of the reality, what's in front of you, and what you're being told. And that's common. Then you look at too much movement, too little movement. Am I overtraining all the time? Am I training and getting run down and getting sick, which is forced rest, right? Sickness is like a forced rest. Or am I undertraining and getting overweight and not moving or not doing enough, right? Remember, training is also pump, lymphatic, it's flow, right? So think like that. Am I breathing right? If I'm breathing shit, if I'm breathing high into my chest all the time, well, that's going to activate scalenes more, okay? It's going to like activate these, it sort of lifts the rib cage up, and it's a fight or flight response. So if you think about that breathing pattern, doing a fight or flight response, changing a chemical response, which is a cortisol response, which is catabolic to tissue and inflammation if it goes on for extended periods of time, well, you can see how that will create something, all right? Some little itis or osis, right? So you start to look at your life in these foundations, and if I have a client come in and think, all right, what's this person's food like? I don't give a fuck about what their symptom is. What's this person's food like? Is it clean? Is it organic? Or does every person this person eat? Are they eating sprayed vegetables? Are they eating all these toxins? Are they eating shitty depleted soil? Because if I'm getting organic nutrients from this food compared to, you know, think about it, it's smaller food, but it's got more nutrients in it compared to a big puffed out oversized apple that's got all this mass that then has a motility and contraction to push through your body but doesn't have the nutrients with it. There's a deficit there, okay? Then you look at Yeah, so you look at your food, you look at your water. Is this person shitty water? Is every time this person drink water, they drinking heavy metals, fluoride, chlorine? Are you going to honestly tell me a study about dosages of safe dosages of the dosage is the poison, but then this person's doing 60 different things a day, and your study isn't summating all that, right? So you can't quantify so much, and it's about going back to your basics. So reduce your physiological load, get to bed on time, eat organic food, drink clean water, don't overtrain, don't undertrain, make sure you're breathing right, make sure you're calming the system and doing something that's chill, because there's so much yang now. Don't overdo coffee, okay? Don't just be excessive or under in anything in your life, and that's how you own your shit. You reduce the inputs of stress to your body, and then your pain gets desensitized and you heal, and it's empowering because it's all on you, and that's what I like. I like to always feel empowered. Anything that takes power away from me, I don't want to know about it.